ANBERNIC just dropped the RG Slide, an Android-based handheld with a retro sole and a sliding screen straight out of 2009. Dual analog sticks, emulation muscle, and a design that screams PSP Go vibes. But does it just look cool, or is this the handheld we've been waiting for? Let's find out. Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to Digital Jedi Gaming. Look what showed up in the mail today. I haven't opened it up yet. I was saving it for you guys, so let's dig into it. So we got, a standard, like a rubber case. Got a cute little icon or a drawing of the slide itself. Your ANBERNIC badge there. Inside the case, what do we have? So nothing special. Not even fur-lined, just some sort of like I don't know what you call, like a canvas material inside. Little slot for the wire. Basic stuff, it'll do. All right, so let's take a look at this guy here. So this is the ANBERNIC RG Slide. This is a device that they kind of modeled after the PSP Go or the Sony Xperia Play. I don't have one of those devices, but I can tell you this guy is much bigger than those guys are. This thing comes with a huge, like 5-inch screen that does up to 120 hertz. This box is pretty nice. Look at that. This metallic label, that's pretty dope. You go, ANBERNIC. The box looks super classy, kind of just plain white with just the ANBERNIC logo on it. Let's take a look. So I haven't opened this. So we got some kind of fancy envelope or something in here. Let's take a look. What's in it? So we have a, nice, screen protector. ANBERNIC new starter guide or New Year's guide. Very classy looking. You're kind of stepping up the scale here. Oh my gosh, that thing is huge, man. Wow. This is a big boy, man. Oh, and it's hefty. Woo. All right, you guys ready? Oh my gosh, that is loud. You hear that? The camera's picking up. That boy is big. Kind of satisfying. So this is what I was interested in, how this was going to feel. So I was a little bit worried about the stick placement and the D-pad and everything, because it was kind of recessed to kind of fit the sliding mechanism. Let's see here. Oh, it's clearing really good. It feels pretty good, man. Like, there's a curve here, so it sits really good in the hand there. It's not a terrible reach. That's what I was worried about. I thought it was going to be a terrible reach for the sticks. It's not. D-pad is okay. It's a tiny bit awkward, the D-pad and the buttons reaching back. The sticks feel more natural, but the buttons are pretty quiet. D-pad feels, ANBERNIC's freaking amazing in D-pad, right? His D-pad feels really good. Very quiet. The buttons, look how shiny and pretty the buttons are. So you have your start and select here. I'm guessing this is maybe a home and a back button here. So interesting. On the right side, we got your power, your volume. On the left side, we got SD card reader. On the bottom, we have a 3.5mm jack, USB-C, and some kind of LED indicator. Top part, we got inline shoulders. A little bit loud for ANBERNIC, not terrible. Nothing like a POW Kitty, but a little bit loud for ANBERNIC. On the back, we have the exhaust vent. So remember, this has a Unisoc T820, which we've seen in a couple other devices like the RG556 or the RG Cube or even the RG406H, which is probably, it's one of the better T820 chipset devices that ANBERNIC has. And this guy has a 4-inch screen, right? So this is a 5-inch screen. This guy has a 4-inch screen. Significant difference. They're actually about the same depth. The RG Slides are a little bit bigger, but they're about the same depth and diameter. The 406H is wider. Weight-wise, they're not too far off. The 406H is a little bit lighter, but they're not too far off. So let's take a look at this. So anyway, this guy comes with the T820, Unisoc T820 chipset, which will get you really good GameCube, up to GameCube. Some PS2, it starts to get into some of them struggle a little bit more, the more challenging PS2 stuff. I would consider Switch a bonus. Very few will play, if any, and it's going to be a struggle. So I wouldn't even consider this even remotely as a Switch device. I know Rob the Retro Tech Dad had an awesome video where he was able to even get some PS3 on it. Again, I would call all that stuff a bonus. There was a lot of finagling there. I'm gonna say that the highlight of this is gonna be GameCube and some PS2, which is totally fine for it. So this guy has a huge I think it's like a 4.7 inch screen on it. It's not OLED. It is 120 hertz refresh rate. You know, so it's a 4:3 aspect ratio. There's a little bit of people had some kind of feelings about it because they thought it should be 16:9, which is what the original PSP was. But I mean, a screen this big, I don't know if it's gonna matter all that much whether it's 4:3 or 16:9, but it's still pretty dope. I think this thing has got 8 gigs of DDR4 on it, and internally I think it only comes with 128 SSD, or sorry, 120 gigs of storage, Wi-Fi 6 I want to say, Bluetooth, you know, your standard affair stuff like that. But anyway, let's power it on and see what it looks like. Vibration motor. So I'm gonna point something out, and when I point it out, if you haven't seen it yet, you're not gonna be able to unsee it. So, do you see the screen is offset? See, there's a much smaller bezel on top than there is on bottom. See that? Some people saw it, some people didn't see it. So, my guess, and a lot of talk like us guys on the Safe State podcast that talked about it, and we're kind of guessing maybe the data cable or the cable for the screen stuff feeds up in here, and there's a connection point down at the bottom. But I mean, that's at the bottom. All right, so choose language. So we're gonna do English. Good. Next. And we're gonna do connect the Wi-Fi. All right, I'm gonna connect my Wi-Fi real quick. Be right back. Next. All right, so it's gonna do a system, like I guess initial configuration. I dig it. I dig it. So far it's cool. Well, let's take a look at something else. Let's grab a couple of the devices and do a quick comparison. How about ANBERNIC RG 505? This guy is a 5-inch screen as well too. Maybe like an OLED, I want to say. So, a little bit bigger, and that one has a more pronounced bezel on it, obviously, right? This bezel kind of hides in. I think the black helps a lot with it. Whoop! Almost lost her. Wow, that's such a big boy, man. Whew. The camera's gonna pick that up the difference in height. Oh, that is a big boy. All right, how about a POW-key RGB 10 Max 3 Pro? So this one's a little bit thicker than the RG 505, but about the same. She's huge, man. So some other cool stuff about this device. So you got the coolness factor of it being a slide, right? So, it'll be great for touch games on Android. I get, most Android games are looking for 16:9 aspect ratio, but I don't think the 4:3 is going to be all that bad. And we'll get into it once we start playing games. It's big. It's big, right? But I think this is pocketable. Now, I mean, if you're rocking some skinny jeans or something like that, it's probably not going to be pocketable. I don't do skinny jeans. I do like shorts all the time. Pretty much if I'm not at work, I do shorts. Granted, I don't put stuff in my pockets. I hate it. I can't stand it. So I carry a TomTalk or something with me all the time. Let me grab one, see how it fits in the bag there. So here's a standard 3.5 liter TomTalk bag. So, I mean, this will fit in here, no problem. That will fit in there, no problem. Still fit your phone, your keys, a pair of shades or something in there. Your wallet, whatever, that should work, no problem there. While we're doing that, let's take a look at this case, see how it fits in the actual case it came with. And in this case, I'm sure it'll fit in the TomTalk in the case. That's pretty good. I like it. You still got enough room to throw maybe an extra SD card or a data cable or something here. Not bad. Case, I think the case will be, kind of boring, but super functional, right? All right, so it's finished. Take a look and see what we got. So yeah, so your standard ANBERNIC emulators that are already installed. I'm not a fan. Most of them aren't updated, and they're paid emulators, I'm all for paying the developer. They deserve it. So it's got this ANBERNIC AI stuff. I kind of was looking at it. I don't think I'm in on this thing. I think it's, you know, a little bit too gimmicky. I don't see the need for it on the device. You cannot uninstall it, but you can disable it. So I'm going to do that. It comes with Moonlight, RetroArch, Dolphin, all kinds of stuff on it. I won't use any of these standalones. I'll use RetroArch and emulators that are current or ones that I paid for already. But pretty nice device. Give me a second. I'm going to see if I can log into the Play Store and see if I can game on here. If there even is there a Play Store? Oh, there's a Play Store. All right, give me a second. Let me log in. All right. So I went ahead and installed Balatro and Dead Cells on here. So I figured we try Balatro. That way we can see what the touchscreen gameplay on Android looks like. So we're gonna skip the tutorial. So far the touchscreen feels really good. I mean, it looks good. The screen is nice and bright. I haven't messed with any adjustments or anything like that. Seems to work pretty good. So interesting. It looks pretty good. Two pair. If you don't know what Balatro is, you're missing out. Balatro is dope. Nothing else about it. It's just dope, man. Alright. Now we're playing some Dead Cells with the controller. Man, that slide mechanism, that is not something you're gonna get away with sliding if you're next to your significant other in the middle of the night, because that bad boy is loud. It's like clunk. You hear that? It's nuts, man. Let's go. No move. Oh, so that's us not configured to the D-pad. It's configured to the sticks. So okay, so it's not a terrible reach. It is a little bit awkward. I mean, a tiny bit awkward reaching back here with the screen pushed back. Tiny bit, but not terrible. That sounds pretty good, man. That's pretty good. Not bad. Like I said, reaching up here is a tiny bit. If you're reaching for the R2, L2, a little bit of a reach. Not terrible, but you know. I wonder what it would have felt like if they would have put the sticks in the outside. Can't get over how quiet these are. This is pretty good, man. This is pretty good. So, by the way, this is the back and home, and this is the RG launcher. Man, this bad boy's loud. So, hold that down and goes to the home button. So, pretty dope. Let's take a look at something I forgot. I was so excited. I want to look at the back of this device. So, you got your little icon here. You got your fan. You got your intake, your exhaust. You slide it open. So those are the devices, like when INEO came out with theirs, I guess the back was open kind of a little bit here and some of the cables are getting snagged. You can see they did a really good job with this, of not putting the back, leaving the back open. It's got a nice metal plate on it. So that's pretty cool. Something I'm noticing, I'm barely playing it. It is getting a little bit warm. It's right around here. It's getting a little bit warm. Not hot, nothing uncomfortable, but noticeable, okay? And I just started playing with it. You know, and it could be something, my buddy Azil had taught me this, that, you know, a lot of these devices, the chipset sits right on top of the screen and it actually uses the screen to dissipate heat. With this slide here, it doesn't have it. There's nothing there. It does have an exhaust fan, but it does have some heat. So it's not awful, not unbearable, but I noticed it's a tiny bit warm. So, but all in all, I'm pretty impressed with this. I'm like, it's super big and clunky and I dig it. And I mean, let me just try. Yeah, so I have shorts on. I was able to fit in my pocket. It's doable. It'll be heavy. I wouldn't carry it like that, but not bad. Really cool device. Very kind of nostalgic and kind of, I want to say niche, but it's super cool. I'm going to have fun playing with it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm digging this. Is this a one and done device? No, I don't think so. I think for me, a one and done definitely still has to be horizontal, but I think for me, a one and done is 16 by 9 to cover every single option. I guess it really depends on what you're gaming with, but great device. I don't know if it's a one and done, but more gameplay will give me an answer. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. Again, I'm Matt. This is Digital Jedi Gaming. Take it easy and keep gaming.